Well, howdy there, friends. Today we're embarking on a remarkable journey to catch a glimpse of how the cast members from the Jeffersons have changed over the years. We'll be revealing their true identities and ages, and you're in for a real treat as we compare their youthful days on the show to the present year of 2024. So, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all ready for this ride? Let's get this journey rolling. 1. Sherman Hemley as George Jefferson. Introducing the straightforward and outspoken luminary, George Jefferson, who made his mark and garnered a following through his confrontations with Archie Bunker. Observing this gentleman in action was always uproarious, with a standout moment being his boxing match. One more punch, and you're ready, George. Despite appearances, George harbored no ill intentions and was a diligent worker. The actor behind George, Sherman Hemley, was no newcomer to hard work. He left high school and enlisted in the Air Force, later holding a daytime job at the post office while pursuing acting in the evenings. This path led him to Broadway, where Norman Lear took notice and cast him as George Jefferson. You might also recognize him from the series Amen, where he portrayed Deacon Ernest Fire, enjoying a successful 5-season run. He further left an imprint with his legendary voice work in the show Dinosaurs, brilliantly lending his voice to the main character, Earl's boss. In 1989, Hemley, a jazz keyboardist, ventured into music, releasing the single Ain't That a Kick in the Head. He remained active in acting throughout his life, frequently reprising his role as George Jefferson, the last instance being in 2011 in an episode of House of Pain. Beyond his acting career, he maintained a very private and reserved demeanor, never marrying or having children. Hemley received recognition in 2012 when he was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 74 in his El Paso, Texas home in the same year. 2. Franklin Cover as Tom Willis. Tom Willis serves as Helen's spouse and often becomes the target of most of George's jests. However, the two share a friendship, and good-natured teasing is an integral part of their dynamic. A noteworthy episode unfolds when Tom, Helen, and George find themselves confined in George's bathroom. Franklin Cover initially entered the world of acting in 1960 and made a couple of appearances on The Jackie Gleason Show in 1967, portraying a police officer. However, his breakthrough arrived with his portrayal of Tom Willis on The Jeffersons, serving as a perfect foil to George. In the 80s and 90s, he made appearances on several TV shows, such as featuring in 2 episodes of Who's the Boss in 1991 as Mr. Kimball. His concluding acting role was a memorable one, contributing to the Chris Farley comedy Almost Heroes in 1998. Franklin passed away in 2006 at the age of 77 due to complications arising from pneumonia. 3. Paul Benedict as Harry Bentley. Harry Bentley, the next-door neighbor of the Jeffersons, served as a flamboyant UN interpreter. Despite his mostly kind-hearted nature, George perceives him as an irritating playboy Englishman. Similar to George, engaging in arguments doesn't preclude the possibility of overcoming differences and forging a friendship. Paul Benedict's distinctive features, including his oversized jaw and large nose, were partly attributed to acromegaly, the same condition as Ted Cassidy from the Addams Family. Norman Lear cast Benedict in the role of a Zen Buddhist in the satirical film Cold Turkey, marking the commencement of a highly fruitful working relationship. Paul is perhaps most renowned for his contributions to Sesame Street as the Mad Painter. One of his later projects included a modest yet significant role in Waiting for Guffman, where his character Roy becomes mistakenly associated with the crucial Guffman the entire cast is eagerly awaiting. This mockumentary is credited as a comedic creation by the Spinal Tap crew. His final acting engagement was in the 2008 film Side by Each. Sadly, he was discovered deceased that same year from natural causes at the age of 70. 4. Zara Cully as Mother Jefferson. Zara Cully portrayed George's mother, Olivia Mother Jefferson, who consistently criticized her daughter-in-law. Following a performance in New York City in 1940, she gained recognition as one of the world's greatest elocutionists. After relocating to Jacksonville, Florida, she engaged in producing, writing, directing, and acting in numerous theatrical productions. For a span of 15 years, she served as a drama instructor at her private studio and Edward Waters College, a historically black college established in 1866 to educate freed slaves. Recognized as Florida's Dean of Drama, Cully, disturbed by the racism prevalent in the Jim Crow-era South, opted to move to Hollywood, where she became a regular performer at the Ebony Showcase Theater. Cully entered matrimony once, marrying James M. Brown Jr. in 1914, a union that lasted until his passing in 1968. The couple had 4 children together: Mrs. Mary Gale, Polly, Bugs, Emerson T. Brown, James M. Brown, III, and an infant daughter. Cully succumbed to lung cancer at the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on February 28, 1978, at the age of 86. A memorial service took place on March 2, 1978, at the Church of Christian Fellowship in Los Angeles. She found her final resting place at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Glendale, in the Freedom Mausoleum, Columbarium of Victory. The cast and crew of the Jeffersons, including show producer Norman Lear, attended the interment. Zara Cully was posthumously honored with a NAACP Special Image Award on June 9, 1978, during the 11th Annual NAACP Awards ceremony. 5. Damon Evans as Lionel Jefferson. Damon Evans is an American actor renowned as the second of 2 performers who portrayed Lionel Jefferson on the CBS sitcom The Jeffersons. Hailing from Baltimore, Evans engaged with the Interlochen Center for the Arts through a Reader's Digest scholarship. Following his graduation, he enrolled in the Boston Conservatory of Music. During his time in Boston, he took part in productions such as Two If by C, Hair, and The Corner at the Theater Company of Boston. In the latter part of the 1980s, Evans graced Trevor Nunn's Glyndebourne Festival rendition of the George Gershwin opera, Porgy and Bess. He returned for the 1993 television adaptation of the same production. This British presentation of Gershwin's American folk opera featured the Glyndebourne Chorus and the London Philharmonic, both under the direction of Sir Simon Rattle, alongside Evans and other esteemed performers. In this rendition, Evans assumed the role of Sportin' a character originated by John W. Bubbles and initially crafted for the renowned jazz bandleader and singer Cab Calloway from the 1920s and 1930s. 6. Isabelle Sanford as Louise Jefferson. Louise Jefferson, known as Wheezy, shares similarities with Edith Bunker from All in the Family, as both are kind-hearted and sensible women partnered with incredibly hot-headed husbands. Wheezy consistently fires back with witty remarks when George goes on a tirade. This couple exemplifies that even with different personalities, a harmonious partnership can be built, creating a beautiful connection. Isabelle Sanford was the perfect fit for the role, being a Harlem native herself. Her introduction to film was in the 1967 Sidney Poitier-led Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, where her performance earned solid reviews and caught the attention of Hollywood heavyweight Norman Lear. Initially hesitant to commit to a weekly series due to her busy schedule, Sanford took a chance on herself, and it paid off remarkably. She earned 7 Emmy nominations, secured a win, and etched her name in history as the first African-American actress to win the lead actress category. Post The Jeffersons, she headlined her own TV show, Isabel's Honeymoon Hotel, airing 5 days a week in syndication, but it failed to attract viewers. In the mid-90s, Sanford revisited her role as Louise Jefferson in a touring production of The Real Live Jeffersons alongside Sherman Hemley. She reunited with Sherman in 2 episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1995. The duo was a constant presence, also featuring in a series of advertisements for Denny's and Old Navy. Isabelle passed away in 2004 following surgery on a carotid artery, just a month shy of her 87th birthday. 7. Roxy Roker as Helen Willis. Helen Willis, Louise's closest companion, could easily be seen as George's arch-rival with their constant banter, particularly regarding Helen's interracial marriage. During the casting process, producers inquired about her comfort with her character having a white husband. In response, she shared a photograph of her husband, who, much like Tom Willis, is a white Jewish man. The son of Mr. Kravitz and Roxy Roker is the musician and actor Lenny Kravitz, often seen visiting the set. Roxy's influence endures today, as her granddaughter is none other than the beloved Hollywood actress Zoe Kravitz, known for her role in Big Little Lies. Following this, she took on numerous minor roles, with her final television appearance being in an episode of Hangin' with Mr. Cooper in 1993. Maintaining a lifelong friendship with Marla Gibbs, Roxy sadly passed away in 1995 at the age of 66 due to breast cancer. In commemoration of her passing, Lenny Kravitz penned the song Thinking of You, accompanied by a poignant music video featuring Lenny singing, alongside a youthful photograph of Roxy, a touching tribute. 8. Marla Gibbs as Florence Johnston. Who can resist Florence's charm, the household's witty and sassy maid, capable of cracking jokes that leave everyone in stitches? She's not afraid to put George in his place, a dynamic audiences and critics adored, earning Marla Gibbs 5 Emmy nominations. Marla embarked on her acting journey in the early 70s, making an appearance on Barney Miller in 1975. Carrying the spin-off tradition forward, she transitioned Florence into a new series, checking in 1981, but unfortunately, the upscale hotel theme had viewers checking out instead. Fortunately, after the conclusion of The Jeffersons, she seamlessly transitioned into another leading role in the series 227. In The First Family, she reunites with former 227 co-star Jackie Harry, playing Harry's on-screen mother, Grandma Eddie. At the age of 91, she recently reprised her iconic Florence role in 2019's Live in Front of a Studio Audience. Marla remains highly active, making a guest appearance on the Tracy Morgan TV show The Last OG just last year. It seems Marla Gibbs might indeed be the last OG. 9. Berinda Tolbert as Jenny Willis Jefferson. Jenny, the sole daughter of Helen and Tom Willis, got engaged to Lionel Jefferson and eventually tied the knot, expanding both families. Lynn Moody portrayed Jenny Willis in the All in the Family episode Lionel's Engagement during her introduction, but Berinda Tolbert assumed the role for the entire series. Tolbert also found success in various films, joining the cast of the Eddie Murphy-led Harlem Nights in 1989 and later portraying Stack's girlfriend in Scorsese's Goodfellas. At the age of 73, she has not been active in acting since 2013, with her last noteworthy appearance in a 2005 episode of the critically acclaimed HBO series 6 Feet Under. She has been happily married to journalist Bob Reed since 1979. 10. Ned Werdimer as Ralph Hart. Ned Werdimer portrayed their tip-seeking doorman, Ralph Hart, throughout the series. He gained notoriety for consistently lingering at the Jeffersons' door, hand extended in anticipation of a tip. Werdimer, born on October 27, 1923, in Buffalo, New York, served as a Navy pilot during World War II. Later, he earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, where he became a member of the Mask and Wig Club, an all-male comedy and musical troupe. Werdimer had a passion for globe-trotting, engaging in adventures such as riding a camel in Egypt, an elephant in Thailand, and swimming in Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Beyond his involvement in performers' unions, Werdimer served as a voting member for the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Emmy Awards. In the mid-1960s, after relocating to California, he met and married Dr. Skine Uku, a professor emeritus at California State University, Long Beach. Wertimer passed away on January 2, 2013 at the Sherman Village Healthcare Center in Los Angeles at the age of 89. According to his manager, Wertimer never fully recovered from a fall at his Burbank, California, residence in November 2012. 11. Mike Evans as Lionel Jefferson. Lionel Jefferson, the assertive son who eventually forms a close bond with Meathead, Archie Bunker's son-in-law, remains unfazed by Archie and even finds him amusing, as he is quite witty himself. The role of Lionel was initially portrayed by Mike Evans. Born in Salisbury, North Carolina, Evans hailed from a family where his father, Theodore Evans Sr., was a dentist, and his mother, Annie Sue Evans, served as a teacher. He attended the Palmer Memorial Institute, a private school for young black Americans in Sedalia, North Carolina, before the family relocated to Los Angeles, where he graduated from Los Angeles High School. Evans pursued his interest in acting at Los Angeles City College. In July 1974, Evans crossed paths with Helena Jefferson, 1952-2002, whom he married on January 10, 1976. Tragically, Helena succumbed to breast cancer on September 11, 2002, after being diagnosed in February 2001. 4 years later, Evans, battling throat cancer, passed away at the age of 57 at his mother's residence in 29 Palms, California. He left behind 2 daughters, Carlina and Tammy, his mother, Annie Sue, a brother, a cousin, and a niece. 12. Jay Hammer as Alan Willis. Alan Willis, the biracial yet white-presenting son of Tom and Helen Willis and sibling to Jenny, Berinda Tolbert, made his initial appearance in a Season 1 episode portrayed by actor Andrew Rubin. Upon returning for a recurring role in Season 5, the character was portrayed by Jay Hammer. Alan's outwardly Caucasian features become the target of George's jests, allowing the show to explore interracial marriage from a distinctive angle. This is evident in the episode Half a Brother, Season 5, Episode 8, where a potential white business partner of George expresses reservations about the possibility of Alan and his daughter having a black child. Before joining the Jeffersons, Hammer had limited television exposure, featuring in episodes of Kojak, Emergency, and Greatest Heroes of the Bible. In 1981, he assumed the role of Chandler Hill Harbin on over 70 episodes of the Another World spin-off Texas. Following this soap opera engagement, he embarked on a more extended tenure as Fletcher Reed on Guiding Light from 1984 to 1998. Hammer revisited the role for a single episode in 1999 and returned once more in 2009 for the soap's concluding episode. Since then, Hammer has maintained a low profile and appears to have retired from acting, with the Guiding Light finale marking his most recent credit. 13. Ernest Harden Jr. as Marcus Henderson. Ernest Harden Jr. had a minor part in a Season 3 episode of The Jeffersons before securing the role of Marcus Henderson in Season 4's George's Help. As a troubled adolescent from Wheezy's youth program, Marcus possesses a drive reminiscent of a younger George. Unafraid to engage in a scheme or two to achieve his goals, this is evident in The Jefferson Curve, Season 4, Episode 14, where he fabricates being George's son to secure a date. Marcus also serves as a poignant reminder of how both physically and metaphorically distant the Jeffersons have become from their community roots. Post. The Jeffersons, Harden found recognition with a prominent role in the 1980 TV movie White Mama, co-starring with screen legend Bette Davis. Since then, he has led the life of a prolific actor, dividing his time between modest roles on network series like ER and Rizzoli and Isles, mainstream films such as 2002's Hollywood Homicide, and Clint Eastwood's biopic J. Edgar, and taking center stage in smaller independent films like the award-winning Velvet Jesus. We've seen the diverse paths their careers have taken, the highs, the challenges, and the lasting legacies they've built. While some have graced our screens continuously, others have embraced different avenues, showcasing the versatility that made them unforgettable. As we bid farewell to this retrospective, let's celebrate the enduring impact of The Jeffersons and its timeless cast. From the laughter they shared on screen to the personal journeys they undertook off-screen, their stories continue to resonate. So here's to George, Wheezy, and the whole Jeffersons family. Thank you for the laughter, the lessons, and the memories. And to our cherished audience, thank you for joining us on this trip down memory lane. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars, just like the Jeffersons did in that deluxe apartment in the sky. Goodbye for now.